என்னடா லெஃப்ட் ஆயிடுச்சு நம்ம
அது வேற ராஜிக்கு சின்ன சப்பி வேற
வேறையா
சரி நான் ஃபர்ஸ்ட் அப்படியே ஷாக் ஆயிட்டேன்.
சரிங்க சார், அது நீங்கள் ஃபஸ்ட் இந்த ஃபீஸ் எடுத்துட்டு வாங்க சார். அதுக்கப்புறம் கூட ஃபஸ்ட் ஃபீஸ் கட்டிக்கலாங்க. ஒரு வாரம் ஆகுதுங்க, அப்புறம் பேமெண்ட் பண்ணிக்கலாம். சரிங்க, சரி வைக்கிட்டீங்களா?
Good evening, everyone. It's my pleasure to welcome you all to the Day 5 of International Faculty Development Program on Mastering Research in Computer Science, organized by the IQAC and the School of Computing, VT Institute of Arts and Science, Erode. Today's focus is research methodology, a pillar of academic and scientific process. Whether you're starting out or deep into your research, understanding methodology helps shape impactful and credible work. We are honored to have with Dr. C. Radhika, Head and Assistant Professor, Department of Mathematics, VETAS. Her expertise will guide us through the principles and the practice of effective research. Thank you all for being here. Let's engage, learn, and make the most of this session. A warm welcome once again.
I like I would like to welcome a science talk from second BSc CSC to deliver OTA introduction.
Good evening, everyone. It's my honor to introduce our esteemed chief guest, Dr. C. Radhika, Head and Assistant Professor, Mathematics at VET Institute of Arts and Science College, Erode. With over 15 years of teaching experience, Dr. Radhika holds an impressive academic background, including MSc, MPhil, B.Ed, PGDCA, and PhD. He specialized in graph theory and data science and has published more than 22 research papers in reputed journals and authored key textbooks. She has received several accolades, including the Best Paper Presentation Award at the International Conference in AI and the Best Teacher Award from the Lions Club of Erode Metro. Dr. Radhika is also known for her leadership roles as a conference convener, board member, patent holder, and editor of the Magic magazine. Her dynamic contribution to academic and innovation make her an inspiration to all. We are truly privileged to have her with us today. Please join me in giving a warm welcome to Dr. C. Radhika.
Good evening, participants. Am I audible? Kanishka, am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
I welcome you all to the FDP program conducted by the VTIS. I take this opportunity to thank the management, Advisor C. Balasubramaniam as Secretary, S.T. Chandrasekhar sir, our Principal Dr. V.P. Nalaswamy, Administrative Officer Dr. S. Lokesh Kumar, Program Coordinator Dr. S. Karthika, and Heads of Computer Science Department Dr. Tamil Chelvi, Dr. Prasad, and all the faculty members of the Computer Science Department. I welcome you all. I am much privileged to be part of this FDP program. Today's topic is constructed to research methodology. Now we are going to see how to construct an efficient research framework for computer science. Okay, introduction about me. I'm Dr. Radhika, Head and Assistant Professor, Department of Mathematics. Here arises a question: what is there as the role of a mathematician to be play here? Because my area of interest is image processing, fuzzy image processing, and my PhD domain is image processing, and my trust areas are deep neural networks. I have worked a paper, an article on dyslexia, and my topic recent addiction towards The A topic is natural language processing, and this is about me. You people of maybe of any generation, maybe of generation X, Y, or you may not belong to alpha or beta, but you maybe belong to X or Y, and you may have some prior exposure to research or not, but the presentation can help you to get an outline or an aspiration in some way. How does we see? Am I audible, participants?
Yes, ma'am.
Audible.
Okay, thank you. Okay. Next is, what is a research? Research is a systematic and an objective process of gathering information and answering to a question. It is a research. Research actually a research, finding a solution to a problem. That is research. That is, we are maybe creating a new knowledge, or else we are addicted towards a knowledge already existing in a new form. That's a research. And in computer science, what is the research often means? Developing algorithms, systems, models, or theories to enhance the computing technology or solve the real world problems. And what are the objectives of research? It involves mainly the innovation. Surely is an era of AI. We have to develop a new tools and paradigms for all the AI models. Every real problem can be modeled into AI models, such as quantum computing and advanced AI models. And we have to develop new novel models. That's innovation is must in this era. Then optimization, that is, we have to improve the performance, accuracy, and the efficiency of the algorithm and computing systems. The next objective is the understanding, that is, getting a deeper insights about the theories and the trends what we are training. And surely the validation is very important. Each and everything what we have developed must be empirically tested, and it must be framed as a hypothesis, and it should be a model and tested. All this involves problem solving. We have to address the real world challenges using the innovative computing solutions. All this will lead to an interdisciplinary integration. Yes, if we went for computer science, it's involves all branches. It has involves in all branches and across the diverse fields, maybe a biology, social science, in all the domains. And this is the objective of a research. Now we need to know why research methodology. What is the need for a research methodology? Everything what we are focusing needs a structured approach. Then only we can have a solution to our problem. Is it no? Next, we are having a structure about providing a structure about of a research in an ethical way is very important. Another need is for effective communication. Yes, it enables the research or innovators to communicate faster through any publications or presentations. Next need is critical thinking. Of course, it facilitates a plan for the design and interpretation. Next is the scientific rigor. Otherwise, we may be let to cast the reproducing entirety of the results. Next, the formulation of problems, where most important prior step is the formulation of a problem. In any research methodology, we have to formulate a problem, set a hypothesis and objective. Next one is the setting an appropriate tool, technique and data sources. This is the need for a research methodology. Let us see what is the appropriate sketch for a research process. Yes, this is the basic fundamental for anyone who do research. First and foremost thing is you have to formulate a research problem. Next comes your literature review, without which you can't do anything. Then you have to frame a statement. That's the hypothesis, and you have to stick on with the hypothesis, whether your hypothesis is a valid one or not. Next, preparing a research design. If you intend to build a house or anything, the prior one is a blueprint. Is it not so? Therefore, research design must be there. We have to prepare a appropriate research design. Next one is your sample design. What are the samples you are going to take into consideration? The population consideration is more important, and in that, what samples you are taking is very important, and there are some criteria we have to consider. Let us see in depth in next slides. Next is data collection. First and foremost one, data collection. After that, you have to set an hypothesis and you have to set the tools, and you will have an analysis and interpretation of your data. Then come your preparation of a research report where you will submit to a journal or for a publication. You will get feedback and all those things and comments, and you will have a final report. Next, we are going to before going to see the what are the research process. How first I have told you the formulating a research problem is an essential one. Before that, let us come across some of the types of the research we are having. First, the common basic thing is the fundamental or pure research. It's nothing but gaining a theoretical knowledge without any practical application. We mainly focus on models, framework, principles, and computation models. For examples in computer science, studying only the theoretical limits of a machine learning algorithm, it will automatically fall under the basic research. Okay. Vice versa, we have an applied research, that is solving the problem practically using the existing theories and methods. This will lead to automatically not only a theory expansion, lead to practical application like developing a software and a technological solution. Example, developing an AI-based system for a real-time traffic prediction. That's an applied research. Next is a important one, qualitative and quantitative research. Excuse me. Next one is then qualitative and quantitative research. You know, quality is led to a behaviors, experience, and emotions. Is focused only on those experience, behaviors, and interactions. That is involving in case studies, observations, and interviews. For example, studying how the user interact with the new user interface in a mobile app, a recent application. Okay, that's an example for a qualitative research. Then come after the quantitative. What is the difference? Quantity, that is, it equals a numerical value. That is statistics. Measurable variable is the quantitative research. That is, you can evaluate the performance, you can find the evaluation, simulation, and benchmarking algorithms. That's a quantitative research. We can see in detail about the simulations, benchmarking algorithms in future slides. An example of quantitative research is measuring a CPU time and memory usage of an algorithm under varied loads. This will give you an example for a quantitative research. Next one is the experimental and theoretical research. That's experimental research, it bears the name itself, that to design or execute and analyze an experiment, we use an experimental research. That is, you will often involve in testing, simulations, and implement all those things. For example, testing the performance of a new network protocol in a simulated environment is an experimental research. And what is a theoretical research? Is mainly, I have told already, it's the mainly focus on modeling and analysis and proofs. We can formally develop theories, algorithms, and all those for the testing one. Example, proving the correctness or complexity of an encryption algorithm. Isn't it a theoretical research? We have developed an encryption algorithm. We are making a correctness and complexity to solve. That's the thing. Okay. And some of the other researches are involve surveys, experiments, case studies, social research, longitudinal research, geographical research. There are many types. These are the prior one. I have told you that in the research process, the most foremost thing is the formulation of a research problem. Okay, now let us see how to formulate a research problem. Even before formulating a research problem, the main thing is you have to identify the gaps in the literature. Yes, you have to identify the gaps in the existing literature, and we have to think trust areas where their answers remain that is they are unanswered, remain unanswered, and the current methodologies remain inadequate. Okay, we have to identify the gaps. Let us see some examples I have given you. AA and ethics. In AA applications, still we are insufficient and decision making autonomous systems. Yes, right. And literature gap where it is, it's few studies have shown are programmed to prioritize the human welfare, while the autonomous decisions creating gap for further exploration. We have some lack. We can find a gap in those areas. That is an example. Now comes how to identify the gaps. A wonderful question. You have to conduct a systematic literature review. You have to conduct a systematic literature review to analyze the published papers, and you have to find the missed values or pieces. That's the one. Then the next one is you have to travel with the unexplored area where you are not even touched, and you have to establish the methodologies. Actually, research is we have to see what other else have not seen, okay, and we have to think what have not other else have thought. That's research. So we have to stick on with the unexplored areas, and we have to examine the recent technological advancements mainly to outpace the current research. Daily we are having advanced technologies. Day by day we are facing with we are having new technologies advancing over, outpacing over the current data. That we have to identify. I have told you this. Identifying the research gap and formulation problem is important. First, we have to define a problem. How to define a problem. It is the foundation of research. It should be addressed clearly, and what is the scope, what is the objective, what is the significance, and what is the desired outcome. This is the thing. For example, how can a cloud computing platform optimize research allocation dynamically to reduce the energy consumption? Automatically, because the cloud computing is according to that we can access, and reducing the energy consumption is very important for the performance. Okay, right. This is a specific and a feasible problem with regard to the cloud computing. So we have to define the problem correctly to save the energy efficient or make it energy efficient in computing. Okay. Next works is the characteristics of problem. Yes, what the problem we have to define. We have defined always should be clear and concise, and it should address the gaps. Okay, in the which is identify the literature, and the resource and the technology should be feasible one, and the time. Keep on with the time, and it should mainly travel along with the current trends and the current fields. Okay, these are the characteristics that the problem should possess. A good research problem should possess. And yeah, this is a very important one. What are the criteria for a good research problem? The problem is very important, and it should be relevant to the field. For example, quantum computing. Well, what is, we are not stick on to the binary zeros and ones. The quantum computing will stick on to qubits. That is the superpowers of a 0 and 1. And the complex problems can be easier and faster will be solved using quantum computing than the classical computers. And the most trust areas of today's quantum computing is solved. Next one is the feasibility. The feasibility should be there. It should be a practical one, and it should be solved with a constrained time. For example, we must make the existing algorithm more efficient. Okay, rather than creating a new algorithm. That's the feasibility. Okay, and next one is the novelty. Yes, there should be a new questions, a new challenges, a new ideas. Okay, investigating the adversarial attacks on AI models. Super, yes, the application should be like that in healthcare, in all those fields. Novelty should be there, new ideas and questions should be fully explored. And next one is the clarity. A problem should be well defined and should be easy to understand and communicate. How can a deep learning model to be trained for large data sets? That should be clarity. The data should be there. You should have an improved AI training models. This is your clarity. and impact is very important. Okay, and impact for a good research and knowledge and technology is a very important one. And in security communication protocols for IoT devices that for involving smart homes and cities, research impact should be that rather than going all those bits. The impact should be there prone to real world issues.
ஒரு நாளைக்கு வந்து ஃபர்ஸ்ட் நாள் 25 பேப்பர் கொடுப்பாங்க.
And what is the research design? As I told already that if you involve in building a model or anything, that should be a blueprint for everything. Is it so? For that, we need a research design. Okay, that's we get framework. Framework is must. Now we have gone with the conceptual framework. Okay, we should have some conceptual framework. The relation should be there between the concepts and the variables what we declare, and the objective should be clear and focused one. For example, in software engineering research, how we can frame a conceptual framework? That we should develop relationship between the practice and the software product. Here comes what is an independent variable and a different variable. And you know the variable is the one thing which changes over things. And let us see what is an independent variable and a different variable and a control variable in next slide. Okay, we should develop some practices and relationship. And these frameworks includes theories, models, but these are more influential on quality, time, and customer satisfaction software projects. This is the conceptual framework. A main thing, how to build a conceptual framework. You should know about the concepts, key concepts, variables, which is the dependent variable, which is the independent variable, and what is the control variable which controls both the dependent and independent, and we have to establish a relationship. And what is the theoretical expansion? We have to see what is the relation between the cause and the effect, and should have a visual diagram. I have told you, we should have a framework and a design mind diagram about the framework what we are going to carry. Audience, am I audible? Am I clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you so much. And next comes the research question and hypothesis. I have already told the research question should be an important one. It should be what the answer to the questions what we are framed, and direction of, and the focus should be in a confined one, and should be a clear one and answerable to all the questions and collection of data and analysis. For example, how we can frame a research question. I have already told you hypothesis. It's nothing but a statement what we are going to deal with the problem. What is the assumption and what is the statement of the problem, what we are going to assume. That's your hypothesis. Now we can have some research hypothesis. How does the use of the cloud-based development environment affects the productivity of the software developers in a distributed team? Yes, this is a formal question. And another question is, in a multi-layered protocol, what is the performance of IoT network in urban areas? A wonderful research question. These type of questions will fetch you a fine answer and will lead to a good research. Okay. Here comes the hypothesis. Nothing but what the predictions we are going to test and what we are going to arrive using a verification. That's empirical one, tested one. And examples of hypothesis. I told you the examples of cloud. Develops in the cloud, what will do? They want to show a higher productivity with rather than using a local setups. Yes, the cloud computing involves those things. Cloud productivity is must. This is a statement of problem. Okay, and for example, you take an IoT security impact. You should have a multi-layer security in IoT network. Yes, because we want to reduce unwanted performance and if other overs are involved. Performance should be that much involving multi-layered securities. Here comes the people. I told you know what are the variables. You'll have always you'll have some doubts. What is the dependent variable, independent variable? What's the control or intervening variables? The variable is the one that are elements that are being studied and manipulated. Okay. The thing what we go to study, which varies over a time, is your variable. It will be independent or dependent. Okay, and independent, it won't affect others. And for example, algorithm type, different testing algorithm, we have quick short versus merge short is an independent variable. The algorithm type is independent variable. You can select, it's your choice. And what is there in the different variable? What that to be measured, the outcome result what going to be measured in the dependent variable, the execution time, memory usage of an algorithm or the dependent variable. What is the independent variable then? That is a variable that might affect the relationship between both the independent and the dependent, but they are not the primary focus. Okay. For example, in a performing algorithm research, process speed is an intervening variable. Influence another time of execution. That's the intervening variable. Now you will get an idea what is a variable. What we are going to study is a variable, and what is an independent one and dependent one, and what is an intervening variable. The main most thing is control variable. This is a constant one. That is the dependent variable. It will ensure that the dependent variable is due to the independent variable and not other external factors. That is, it will control all those things. For example, in a testing algorithm, input size, hardware specification, environment, these are control variables. And in a for all the same data set, what we are going to test for testing algorithm, it will help to eliminate the external factors. It will have a control. That is your control variable. Okay. Next one is the designing framework in a computer science. How design? First, you should have some objective. What method to use? How the results to be analyzed? What is the structure? Whether the structure is a valid one, a reliable one, a reproducible one. The objective should be clear. Goal. Now I am going to compare the performance of two algorithms. That is my objective. You have to clear. Okay. What are the variables? Independent, dependent, controlled. I have told you, dependent measure what is being measured. What is independent variable? What is being manipulated? Independent one. Control that is which is going to be kept constant. So yeah. What is sampling method? How to choose, how, in what cases are to be set. Random selection of points, training a machine learning model is a sampling method. Data collection, how data is collected, whether through the experiment or simulation or survey, that is a data collection. And the randomization, nothing but there is no bias while selecting the test condition. Replicability, this should be repeated under similar conditions to get a fine tuning and to validate the results. And this is the overview. You should have a clear objectivity. What are the variables, what are the sampling methods, and how you will calculate data, randomization, and replicate your main most important things in designing a experimental framework. Okay. I have told you already that what is the test case, simulation, benchmarking, what we have to see. That is in the condition under or the input what we are going to test for a system algorithm model is your test case. So yeah, how the systems behaves under various scenarios test pandradha testing case. For example, list of shuffled integers, random integers, already sorted list, list of identical same elements, reverse sorted list. These are the test cases. What we are going to test under inputs. And next is your simulation. It is nothing but it involves in mimicking a real world system. Simulation, it's a mimic of a real world system process to study their behavior at various conditions. Under various conditions, how the real world acts. We are creating a model, mimic a dummy model, and are essential and one for all the real world situations. It's not feasible. For example, in computer science, we are framing a network traffic simulation, simulating network congestion and measure how different routing algorithms perform high load conditions in network problem. AI training simulation or dynamic environmental in reinforcement learning how to test the performance. AI agent, we are having a mini AI agent to test how it will move. These are the examples of simulations. Benchmarking. What is a benchmarking? Nothing but comparing the performance. How the system, algorithm, technology are to be measured for their performance. Okay, in computer science, benchmarking algorithm comparing the speed in quick shot or mid shot, keep shot எது வேணாலும் varying size we are speed comparing the shotting speed. That's a benchmark. Process comparing the process, that is performance on different strategies. How it works அப்படிங்கிற மாதிரி. Data bus benchmarking we are evaluating the data based on different DBMs under different loading conditions. Okay, right. Evaluation metrics. Participants, am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. What is one is an evaluation metric?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. Evaluation metrics, surely there should be a metric should be there to evaluate our performance and effectiveness of our algorithm. Choosing a right metrics is very important in a research. Okay, what is the accuracy? How it should be measured? For example, it is how the accuracy should be measured for a model, comparing the predicted results with the actual outcome. That is, accuracy is nothing but we are making the count out of total number of prediction by for a number of predictions, correct predictions. We are making a number of we are verifying the number of correct predictions for a total number of predictions. Your accuracy in a classification models, accuracy is nothing but total samples. We are calculating this percentage of correctly predicted labels. Okay, and it may be TP plus TN by this TP plus TN plus FP plus FN, nothing but true positive, true negative, false positive, false negative values. The classification of accuracy is explained over here for all those things. Okay. Performance. Surely the performance should be evaluated. How efficient the algorithm works, how the talk is being measured for a time, and how it is measured in terms of time, memory usage, or input. Okay, for example, measuring how long an algorithm will take to run a program for a given input size. For example, quicksort versus merge-sort. I have taken the example already. And your throughput is the number of tasks completed per unit of time in a given computing environment. It will give you how far, what is the performance. You should have some graphs and all those things. We are having many AI tools to evaluate the performance in advertising. That is why you are using a graphical or a presentation. All those things. It is more catchy on advertising one, and it can be understandable for a layman also. Okay, that's the mainly the focus is things. The research paper, what you are going to write or do is, if a layman reads, he should understand what is you are given. That's a good research article. You should carry all the points in such a way that he is even able to, if a commerce faculty or someone else has to know about a paper, they should know the points and what you have analyzed and what you have stated and tested. Okay. Next one is scalability. It is nothing but the ability of a system or an algorithm to manage large volume of data. That's scalability. Scaling. That's the thing. Okay. In computer science, for the runtime growth, we take an input size, and the performance can be measured under concurrent users. It will vary. The scalability may vary to manage an increasing input or volume of data. Okay. These are the performance metrics: precision, how to calculate a precision, number of total positive to the number of predicted positive, and how to calculate a recall, and a score. Score is a very important one for analysis to calculate the performance. Okay. Okay. What are the examples or experiment using we have taken along with using this concept? அப்படின்னா நான் உங்களுக்கு ஒரு அழகான சூப்பரான ஒரு எக்ஸாம்பிளோட I will explain with a wonderful example. My research topic is comparing the efficiency of different machine learning algorithms for predictive modeling. This is my research topic. What is my research topic? We are going to compare the efficiency of a different machine learning algorithm for predictive modeling. And what is the objective then? Surely we have to compare the accuracy, execution time, scalability of decision trees, support vector machines, and neural network for predicting customer choice. Yes, sure. We should compare all those things along with the execution time and scalability using neural network and all those things. Here, the tools or the domain you can consider in on your own. I have taken all those things here. This is according to my section. Okay. Test cases. Data sets with varied characteristics for large data, imbalanced data. These are the test cases I have considered. Then what is a simulation I have taught you? You have to train on different data sets of different sizes and you have to scale and how the algorithm works. That's the simulation. For this, what is the benchmarking? You have to compare the three algorithms. Okay, using decision trees, support vector machines, neural networks, all those things. And you have to calculate the metrics using the metrics like accuracy and training time, as it's most important for any algorithm to be followed. And what is an evaluation metrics? And accuracy, what you have to do, the percentage of correct predictions, and the performance, time taken to train and test each model must be there, and scalability have to how the model works, performs on different data sets of different size as much data increases or overloads. That's the evaluation metrics. This is a nice example how we have to take a topic, what should be our objective, test cases, simulation, benchmark, and evaluation metrics. Okay, here comes the data collection and analysis in computer science. What is the data collection? You all know data facts, raw facts are collected. It's the first step in conducting an experiment after formulating a problem, and it depends upon the research problem methodology you're going to follow. And the common source includes the data sets, sensors, and logs. Okay. In computer science, the common source of data includes data sets, sensors, and logs. Let us see what are the data sets, sensors, and logs. Data sets. Data are nothing but pre-collected set of data. Maybe a structured one or an unstructured one using training models for validating the hypothesis or conducting an experiment. You have a pre-collected structured or unstructured data for training and validating and conducting experiment. That is the data set. Okay. You have learned that you have collected Kaggle data sets and IRIS data sets. Have you collected? Yes, if you have done a research or come across a research paper, there are many data sets to be followed. A Kaggle data set and IRIS data set we can take for consideration. Okay, I have taken data set, a widely used data set for machine learning algorithms in image classification tasks, that is handwritten digits. And census data, you know, the publicly available one, yeah, for social computing, data mining, and predictive modeling. The census data is very important. Okay, next comes after data sets is sensors. What's sensors? And provide to you in the fields of ICE will do the role as automatic automation, because this is to do with the smartphone devices. This is so. And wearables. What are the tracks? Fitness tracks, heart rate, pacemaker. You will have these type of smartphone devices and sensors. Okay, what is a log? Any idea what is a log? Log is nothing but recorder system, that automatic recorder system on an application activity. Then usually for evaluating the performance and monitoring for security analysis and system diagnosis. Okay, they will automatically generate the records for system and analysis applications. Okay, next is the example of logs. Web server logs you have ISO, okay, where your user interaction websites you will have your data, including IP address, timestamp, and error codes will be there. That's a web server log, you know. And system logs. What is system log? Logs from an operating system, network device, failure such as failures, resource usage, perform metrics, or a systematica vinina. These are the examples. Okay, right. We can take out data. We may able to came across what is the data set, sensor, and logs. The main most one is then after framing a research problem and data collection, the data you were collected will be surely noisy or incomplete or inconsistent. The dot data is always incomplete, noisy or inconsistent, and it should be pre-processed or must be prepared before it is used for an experiment or modeling. Therefore, it is nothing but the pre-processing and the cleaning steps are mainly crucial steps for ensuring a quality of data for analysis. So, here comes the data cleaning. Removing the duplicate data, ensuring there is no redundant data or repeated records. For example, in a customer database, the duplicate entries can be for the same person can be removed to avoid the biasness. And next one is here, handling the missing values. You can remove the missing values for to have an incomplete analysis, to prevent from incomplete. Okay, you can replace the missing value. How you will replace the missing value? Now, you can make a mean or median of the what the values, other values, and you can replace using a feature. That is the thing. Okay, noise removal. You can remove the outliers, erroneous data that could distort your results. Okay, and image processing and all.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
Sorry for the interruption. I request all the participants to turn on the camera.
Okay. I think my camera is on. Can I continue or?
I request all the participants to turn on the camera.
May I continue or where?
Thank you, ma'am. You continue, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. Here comes the noise removal. You have to remove the outliers, erroneous data, and all those things which will distort the results. After that, you have a pre-process and clear data. Next one is your data transformation. That is, the normalization is classic and scaling is a very important one. You will have some input of common scale. You have to transform the features for accuracy, like scaling a salary from thousands to million range in 0 to 1. This is a normalization. That is making a throughout same. Next is feature extraction, selecting the relevant features such as word of frequency or message to present to data patterns effectively. These are feature extractions. Next is a data integration. Combining the data from multiple sources. You have to unify data set by merging or joining a different data. Next one is a data merging. Join the data from different origins for analysis. That is data merging. And for example, you are merging the weather station sensor data with historical climate records to study the trends. Merging all those weather station data, sensor data, you are merging for studying the trends, future trends. Whether it may rain. Is there any possibility of is a rain on any? This comes with tools. After all those things, we have to apply a statistical and the software tools. The tools is mainly used to analyze the data and testing the hypothesis and extract the insights what we need for algorithms and systems. Here comes the much more updated recent tool is R programming, a powerful free open source tool for statistical computing, graphics, and machine learning algorithms. For example, we had used R to analyze the machine learning models. To perform regression analysis and to and visualize the different data patterns.
சரி நீங்க நோட் பண்ணிக்கோங்க.
Next is a most known with Python with libraries like Pandas, NumPy, SciPy, etc. That is the Python with this is a powerful library, for data analysis and computer science. And in Python, Panda is mainly used for handling what we'll say structured data, performing manipulation, all those things. And for NumPy, for scientific computing and numerical data analysis. For SciPy, with statistical Python test, hypothesis testing, optimization, speed that. And another one most important thing is SPSS, statistical package for social sciences. It's a software package for analysis in economical fields, commerce fields, computer science fields, and all those things. Very easy one, and you can have a data entry, data cleaning. You can perform different statistical measures like ANOVA, regression analysis, and all those things. Clustering, the main important thing when what you say in a computer science domain, clustering. It works wonders in SPSS. You can do different types of clusterings. Okay, just we have to get the input data. You can load your data from an Excel sheet, or you can have your data of different types, and you can import. And you can what you can do is you can defaultly there is you can work with all the clustering algorithms. It works wonders. It makes wonders. MATLAB, a very important tool and numerical computation. While doing my research on fuzzy image processing using filters, I go with the MATLAB, and we have developed some in MATLAB. We have developed some heuristic fuzzy logic tools for using filters and all those things. We can have some fuzzy logic tools. In same way, we have developed a intuitionistic fuzzy logic toolbox in MATLAB, which is helpful for you to easy to get your answers for analysis and algorithm development and mainly matrix operation modeling. Yes, of course, when we deal with image processing, images can be modeled as a matrix, and we can work operations on that, and we can make them back as an image. That we can MATLAB work wonders. Where we have developed intuitive fuzzy logic toolbox in MATLAB, and we can use it for signal processing, system simulation, and performance analysis. All those things we can use in MATLAB. There are a number of simulation models and signal processing toolbox are available, and performance analysis can be computed easy. And next one is an Excel, a basic tool, but a wonderful tool we can use for data manipulation, cleaning, analysis, and all those things. The preliminary analysis we can use for graphical creations, statistical test, mean and correlation. Nowadays, we are much more using Power BI. Business intelligence, Power BI, where you can have your import your data in Excel format, any format, and you can have your output in such appetizing way, in a catchy way, and we have n number of layouts. You can have your own interest, and you can develop. You can make them come in your papers, and you can have a wonderful presentations using Power BI. I told you that let us take a research topic. How will you collect the data? What is the pre-processing analysis? We covered now. Let me take that. My research topic is predicting a traffic flow in urban areas using IoT sensor. Now, what are the data you go to collect now? You have to collect the data from the traffic sensors. Placed where we have your traffic sensors in roads, traffic cameras, GPS device from vehicles. Okay. What is the pre-processing now? You have to clean the data by handling your missing values. Removing unwanted sensor anomalies. You may have offered a data can be associated with the noise while capturing. Okay, we have to filter or your pre-process clean and all those things, and you have used a normalization, and you can using a normalizing trap data, you may be having your original data. Next one is the analysis. I have told you, no, I have shown you Python, Panda for data manipulation, SciPy வந்து statistic analysis, MATLAB, machine learning algorithms இருக்கு, simulation models we can work it out, Scikit learning, skit-learn for modeling, very important, very recent one for predicting modeling, how to model. And next one is an evaluation. That's you can use the scalability or accuracy metrics, and you can model on your own. That's the thing. Here comes the thing. Now you have coined a problem and analyze all those things, and you have data collected a data, you are applied your tool, you are analyzed, and now comes your technical writing and publication in computer science. How to be structure, what structure to be followed for research paper, IMR format, and you should have some introduction. Introduction means what is the problem. You have to formulate your problem, what is your background, and what is your research goal. Next one is your method. Describe the research design, tools, and procedures. What are the research design, what are the research tools, and what are the procedures you have to follow. That's your method. Next comes your results. You can have your own MATLAB coding, coding, and all the Python one. Then the results should be in a presented one, and you have to find your findings and analysis should be appropriate one. Then comes the discussion, interpretation of the results. There should be a comparison with the SK research. A good, if you want to have a good research, you should compare with the existing method and how far your research is far better than the existing methodology. You should discuss in your paper. And not only even comparing with the existing research, you have to suggest a new future work. That is main thing. Next comes the conclusion. You have to summarize the contributions and the future direction. Each research paper should forward or it will lead to a future direction. You should show your future direction and you should summarize your contribution. Future scope வந்து கண்டிப்பா you should be there in your research article. For example, we are taking a paper on object detection in low light. Could follow this structure now. You're discussing the problem, experimental setup, results, and conclusion. This much you need. This is the technical writing and publication in computer science. And after this, citation tools. What are citation tools to be followed? Pro and mending. What is it? Or means you have to correct and organize citation. Citation is much more important thing, and you have to integrate with the browsers, and you should have multiple citation format. And mainly it provides a PDF annotation, collaborative tools, and citation management. You should use those. For example, these tools will help you to organize a research paper and citation machine learning projects. This is maybe an example. For a peer-reviewed journal in a computer science, you can submit your research journal done with all those structures and steps. You should have some. You will have, after submitting a paper to a journal, you have some initial screening by the editors. Then the experts will give you a review, and reviews will be shared to you. And if there is any addition or revision, the final edition will be there, and you can work with it. Here are some of the notable CS journals: ASM Computing, IEEE Transaction, all those, not only in software engineering, all those trust areas. Journal of Machine Learning Research. Okay, you should ensure that the research quality findings should be there, and it should be a thing that you should get done with all those steps, and you will have a wonderful research article. Ethical aspects. Main thing is plagiarism. You should avoid plagiarism. Yes, nowadays we are getting help of chat GPTs and all the AI tools. Okay, but the content should be R1. You can have some grammar check or anything like that, but the content what you are going to frame, it should be a predefined and standalone one. There should be ethical aspect. In every research, there should be some ethical aspects. You should cite your sources, where you have got to avoid the plagiarism, where you have taken from browsers or from any sites or from books. Citation should be there. And you have user data and privacy should be there. So everything should be an authenticated one. And you should ensure that transparency and accountability, a must one, and you should follow all these ethical aspects to avoid plagiarism. And this comes my conclusion. To me, the research is a tool for lifelong learning. You can't say that I have done with a degree, I have with the PDF, all those things. It is a lifelong learning. Research is a lifelong learning, and you should. The research should be a thing that you should think in a way that no one have come across, and you should be open to one, narrow down. Okay, and you may think that what the research you have given to the society, it will have some effect. It should have want to have an impact on the society. That's the main criteria to be followed. And thank you for the wonderful opportunity. And according to me, I always say research is to see what everybody else has not seen and to think what nobody else has thought. This is my motto, and grateful for your participation. Thank you.
Thank you, Radhika ma'am. It was really a wonderful presentation. Participants, if you have any queries, the session is now open up for the queries. You can come up with the queries.
Good evening, ma'am. That was a wonderful session, ma'am.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Ma'am, in based on technology, so each day it is evolving. So where, as you said in the first slide, like we have to find a research gap. By the time we try to put our thoughts in the paper, someone would have completed the same thing. So how come we can, and what is the duration that we can take for putting our paper as well as processing it in an easier way?
Wonderful question, ma'am. And actually, there is no full stop to this. What I have developed today, it can be extended tomorrow. So there is no ending for this. That's to be a correct answer. Maybe someone having vibe along with you of same vibe, they would have developed it, but it will evolve as such, and there is no final finish. That is a good research, ma'am. If anyone if you are working on a research paper and you find that someone had published the article, the same research, it's very good one that you are progressing in a good direction. You should feel that you are right direction, ma'am. And you should come across with the new advanced technologies implement over this, and you have a fine tune. That's my advice. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Good evening, ma'am. Very excellent your presentations and very good informative information you provide me and all of the participants. So, madam, my question is that all the researchers, like every subject, to use to technology. The same question in the earlier question in the ma'am, and some topic and some points to the copy paste in every research papers. So how to avoid this thing? And if I copy paste in this research paper, then plagiarism is the checking now. So how to avoid this thing?
Hello?
Sir, as a human being, you are at a stage we cannot evolve to this situation what we are now.
Yeah.
We should start from scratch. We should learn with the books. What the thing is, you have published a paper now. You should not think that no one should read my paper. If you allow them to read or to evolve, then it can grow. So that is not nothing anything bad in taking others points. We can make or we can make advancements and implement new technologies and all those existing one. So you can make a citation, you can use others works because it's open. Because if I want to develop, if I have developed a research I have kept with me, means what is that for a society? We all developing for a societal challenges and for modification of the society. So there is nothing in making with others paper. Here on somewhere they will taken from others work. That is the basic thing I am telling, not the what your research problem. You can have some reference and you can cite those things. Then only you can have some evolution on all those advanced technologies implemented in your research work.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Ma'am, another one question, ma'am. Nowadays they say that we have to use the AI tools everywhere, be it teaching or research or whatever it may be. At the same time, when we try to, like for students, if we try to take notes or whatever it is, then what is the difference that we can make? What is if we can use it as a supportive tool, but not as a main thing, or how come, ma'am? Like how can we use effectively the AI tools?
Actually, they are saying that AI is replacing us. That's a myth. That's the debate going on. What the thing is, we can have the advancements and we can learn the outline from AI. It is good, ma'am. We can have use ChatGPT, all the online tools. Here, you will see that I have come across with the Gamma AI presentation. Have you noticed it? Yes, it is an appetizing one. It's a need of era. Instead of going on seeing on with the old PPT presentation, I have worked out with Gamma A. It has given me a lot of new inputs and make me to learn more. So that is nothing wrong. But the thing is, you should go with the outline, but the content should be your own. That is where we can have our own content means if we have some more readings or more knowledge and we have some hunger or search, we can have all those things. There should be thirst and hunger for us, and we can do the research. Only we have some insightful readings and all those presentations can be done only with the search of knowledge. That is research.
Ma'am, in the age of information, like we have authorized, unauthorized information, and where can we find a platform where we can be rely on the information?
Pardon, ma'am?
Like we have in the age of information, we have authorized content as well as unauthorized content, ma'am. But
Yes,
where
ma'am.
can we find a reliable
Yeah,
information?
I can understand your question. That is, the what other pianists have told us is you can go with the publishers or then organized journals of top categories indexed in top scalings. In quarters, maybe it is Q1 series, Q2, and that means you have to go with IEEE Scopus Index 1. You can find an authorized data. That's the thing. Instead of laying on some other unwanted journals.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
கான்டாக்ட் சர்டிஃபிகேட்டு
Participants, any other question?
ஸ்கூலில் ஒரு ஸ்லிப்பு மாதிரி கொடுத்துருப்பாங்க யூஸ் பண்ணுவாங்க கான்டாக்ட் சர்டிஃபிகேட் இது எல்லாமே எனக்கு ஒரிஜினல் அந்த ஜெராக்ஸ்
Ma'am, and when students are trying to use the AI tools or for the assignment or whatever it is, how to advise them or give them a path like guidance?
Ma'am, let them learn because you cannot stick with the modern era. Now we are out of chalk and talk method. Is it no? We are using a modern digitalized boards and all those things. In this era, let us have some creative assignments and all those things. But you should verify that that is an authenticated one and it is the own idea of the students. You should have to verify that's it. That's enough for them. They can let them allow to use all these tools because it's an era of advancement. Why can't we say that it's stick onto the older models?
Yes, ma'am. Expose them to all the tools.
All the fields, yes.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Any question?
Thank you, Radhika ma'am. MC team can go up with the vote of thanks.
Okay. Before that, I thank entire management and the coordinators for all the FT for the activity for giving a wonderful opportunity. I really enjoyed the session. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
I would like to call Ms. Gopika from 2nd BSc CSE to deliver a vote of thanks.
Good evening, everyone. It gives me great pleasure to deliver the vote of thanks on behalf of the Internal Quality Assurance Cell under the School of Computing, VET Institute of Arts and Science. First and foremost, our heartfelt thanks to Dr. C. Radhika ma'am, Head and the Assistant Professor, Department of Mathematics, for sharing her knowledge and expertise on the topic, research methodology. Your session was insightful, engaging, and truly helpful in deepening our understanding of effective research approaches. We extend our sincere gratitude to our principal and the management of their constant encouragement and support in organizing this international faculty development program. A special thanks to all our participants for your active involvement, thoughtful questions, and keen interest thoughtful discussion. Last but not least, thank you to our organizing and technical teams for their behind-the-scenes efforts and made today's event run smoothly. Thank you all once again. Wishing you a pleasant evening.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. You can lead the session. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.